Well, all right. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Monterey Bay Aquarium live here on Twitch and YouTube. My name is Emily. I am part of the social media team here at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Hello. It's so wonderful to see all of our Friday Fronds hanging out with us today. Of course, I am not alone. It's been a while, though, since we had our actual terrible boy here on stream with us.
That's me.
That's you running around in the background there. Oh, no. Already started the stream, and my controller has fallen asleep, too, because I haven't wiggled it in too long. But we've got my good buddy, my pal, my friend, my coworker, my colleague, our terrible boy, as always, Pat, joining us here today. Hey, Pat, how's it going?
What's up, everybody? It's your terrible boy getting ready for the hype train over on Twitch. Thank you so much, everybody. Hello, everybody tuning in over there on YouTube. If you are watching right now, my name is Pat, a.k.a. Rick Etz of Punnery Row, here running around in the background. And if you have not yet, go ahead and smash that like button, ring those bells. We are back. We're doing some social media. I was in the mountains. Now I'm back over here. And we are hanging out with all of you, which is a fantastic time. It is so good to see everybody here in Animal Crossing, where it all started, Emily.
Where it all started.
We're already at a level 5 hype train.
Oh my gosh. And
BD. Thank you, everybody, for all the gifted subs happening over
so
there.
Quickly? Oh my goodness.
Goodness gracious. Well, looks like we just absolutely obliterated every record there.
It is September over there, after all. So.
Oh man, choo all aboard the hype train over there on Twitch. Hello, everyone that is tuning in over there on YouTube. I hope you all enjoyed the sea otter cam that was running a little bit before this. It's still up on YouTube over there, but we had Selka and Kit with their adorable rescued otter pups there, 893 and 901 over there on the cam, and they will be on that cam for the next little bit there. So in case you folks are wondering where the otters went, that's where they are, still over there on their Otterly Possum, and you'll get to see them on our website. But right now, it is time to explore some other parts of the aquarium content schedule, and I'm told, Emily, there are some new secrets that we are going to uncover here.
Yes, there's a whole
Frodo
chamber
says, go ahead and keep your secrets, and we're going to go try to find them out there. Yeah, some new animals here. It's September. How is it September? Never mind. Let's not think about that.
Let's not think about that too deeply there, Patrick.
No.
Otherwise, things are gonna get dark very quickly, just like they did in the stream on
the
Wednesday.
Abzu stream a little bit, the Abzu stream we did a little bit earlier, we went heavy into the climate change, ocean acidification, coral bleaching, Bakita overfishing. We went pretty hard there, so we're gonna try to keep it light over here.
Yeah.
Talking more about the biology, because we don't need to let you know that stuff is going on out there in the world. But yes, and also just before we get started, huge hello and shout out to our fantastic mods that are there on the channel, Celestina, Deb, and I believe I saw Sarah.
Yep.
A little bit. Nope, maybe not. Oh, in any case, thanks everybody for being there.
Yay.
Yeah.
Pat, it's been so long since it's just been the two of us hanging out in Animal Crossing together.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. And by make it, I mean find all of these fishes here. So I know that at 4 p.m., Emily, is when things are going to start getting interesting. So about an hour in here, things are going to be getting interesting as far as the organisms popping up for the evening time. But yeah, we're just going to do a classic Animal Crossing stream like we haven't done in a while. Oh, you know what we haven't done in a while is I should probably be tweeting out that we're live. Hold on.
Oh, it's okay.
We'll let folks know we're doing this.
We'll let people know. I guess that is our job as social media managers of our channel.
We're professionals. Yeah. Okay. Just stand next to me here real quick. I'm just gonna get a little screenshot. And okay, we're good. All right.
Okay.
Well, so Emily, maybe we should go to the river mouth.
Yeah.
And start fishing over there. What did we want to do?
That's a good question. So there are a couple of new fish for September, and there are a couple of fish that we just haven't gotten yet. Most of them are going to be in the river, but we do have a sturgeon that is out and about again. That was one of the fish that we missed because we started streaming at the very beginning of April, and it left at the end of March. But it's back now. Yay!
Yeah. Also,
so
I
we're gonna
heard that
look for
there's
sturgeon.
I also heard there's Monarch Butterflies that
There are, Pat. I saw the first one here like a few minutes ago when we were getting
We have those here
started.
in Pacific Grove on the Monterey Peninsula, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm currently sitting in what's known as Butterfly Town, USA, if you believe the entrance signage to Pacific Grove. So Monarch Butterflies would be a great thing to take a look at. They are an animal that is severely impacted by climate change. But again, we'll
try
bum
and
you out.
Yeah,
we'll bum you out
later about that. Imaginarian 26. Have we caught a ray or a moray eel? Not yet. So we haven't caught a ray. We haven't caught moray eel. We haven't caught the sturgeon. We haven't caught most of the salmon that are here in the game now too. So I think those are going to be the fish that we kind of focus on here today.
Yes.
Yeah, and then of course Monarch Butterflies are out and about, and I think I see one in the background right now, right on cue. Thank you, butterflies. Just fluttering on by there. But yeah, we'll just see what we see in the game today. There's more stuff in the ocean too, so we're gonna go diving a little bit later on after 4 o'clock. And
there's never anything new in the ocean.
Always,
it's all been discovered. Or I'm sorry, I'm being told that I'm having my marine science card revoked as we. That was unexpected. They're quick on that. Never underestimate.
Sorry about the weird echo coming in on my voice there. That's what happens.
Sorry about
when
the weird
you,
echo coming in on Emily's voice there. That's not. that's my fault.
That's Pat's fault.
Actually, that was just me.
No, but apparently it's bad mic tech to put your water bottle up next to your face and then laugh into it.
Yeah.
Just pro gamer tips here. Oh, here, wait. That is a pro gamer tip. So I do need to.
That's Emily's Pro Gamer Tips.
Change my outfit here.
Welcome everybody to this episode of Emily's Pro Gamer Tips. Move your wand. There you go.
Episode of Pro Gamer Tips. Always have your wand at the ready to change into your Pro Gamer outfit here. Patrick. Oh no. I just remembered what I was going to do before the game, and I did not get a chance to do it yet. So that'll just have to be for next time.
Okay.
Yep. No, I saw some. So I will say this. Apparently, I have a brand, and that brand is birds.
Yes.
Because the other day I had not one, not two, but 7 people text me within minutes of each other. After some of you might have seen it on Reddit, someone posted about creating the most amazing bird pattern hats for Animal Crossing. They're amazing, and I was going to download them before we started this game, and I forgot. So next time we're going to have bird hats, and I'll do a little bird hat fashion show. If you haven't seen them, Google that, Reddit, Animal Crossing bird hats. They're unbelievable. Absolutely just 12 out of 10.
Unbirdleavable?
Unbirdleavable, as I like to usually say.
Unbirdleavable?
They're so good.
Unbirdleavable. Oh, down, down. Oh, down, right? Because they have the down.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. I think, sorry, you just had to get the those puns up there.
It's true. I'm just glad that you have heard of it before there, Pat. Yeah.
Oh,
Excellent.
we're talented.
That's a good
Emily.
one too. Yeah.
It's good. Okay, I'm tweeting out the link to or I already tweeted out the link, and now I'm going to put it up on the Instagram story, and then Emily, we should be good to go. If you feel like running off and bringing the viewers along while I am effectively AFK, and off she goes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's so good to see everybody. Thanks so much for being there.
We'll go on this side of the river.
Let's see who we've got.
Nobody there. Although I did not get a chance to create a ton of fish bait before the game. So Pat and I have a limited number of fish bait available to us. So I'm going to kind of do a lap and see what is in the ocean right now before we start tossing fish bait in.
Oh, and by the way, just for everybody out there, we should just mention this as a general PSA. You may have heard of us say that we are looking for some fishes, but you'll also hear us refer to several fish. If you're wondering what the difference is between fish and fishes, is that fish refers to a single individual of a fish species as well as a plural of the same species. But if you are looking at multiple fish of different species together, you're looking at fishes. So if you have 3 sardines, you've got a group of fish. But if you've got a sardine, a shark, and a bass, you've got fishes with you there. So in case you were wondering the difference between fish and fishes and the plurals, there it is right there.
Pat,
we got Allie in the chat.
I saw. Hi, Allie. There is a fish right here at the mouth of the river right now, over towards the right side if you want to come over. I was just going to start fishing, but I thought I'd be polite and I'd wait for you, Pat, just in case. This is a sturgeon.
You know that politeness, deference, and respect is what I bring to any Animal Crossing stream. So I really do appreciate you just mimicking your best possible behavior off of my unrivaled manners that I have always exhibited in this game. So good job, Emily. You're finally learning. I'll be right over there. I'm almost there.
It's okay. Celestina did have a very important question to see how many of my flowers you have run over. So far
0.
Today.
I'm still in.
You're
I'm
still in the
place.
same place.
I'm literally tapping my screen so that my game doesn't go asleep. Almost there. Go ahead and start fishing, and I'll join up. Yeah. I'm still like 40 seconds away. So let's give the folks some gameplay.
Oh man, I haven't gone fishing in here in a very long time. I'm gonna embarrass myself.
You got this.
Hey, look! I caught a salmon
right off the bat.
We got one of the fish you didn't have. Right in the spot that you would expect to see it. Ah,
that's so cool. Okay, I'll be right there. I will salmon rush the over there. Oof, I'm sorry. Miss every shot you don't take.
That one just wasn't salmon to be.
No. I'm definitely swimming against the current on that one.
Well, I will say, tangentially related to salmon right now, in case anyone is a fan of animals that eat salmon, in particular, bears or Patrick.
You're a fan of me.
If you are a fan of bears, right now is when it's kind of towards the end of salmon season up in Alaska.
Yeah.
And so all the bears for the last couple of months have just been chowing down on salmon, in particular salmon roe. So they're eggs. And so right now, I got nervous there with you running through the flowers. I got so distracted from my bear story.
With me doing this? With me doing this?
No.
Me doing this?
No, that's fine. You can walk through the flowers as much as you want. You can tiptoe through the tulips. But okay, back to bears. Back to bear 6. But up there
Bear
in
necessities
Alaska,
of the stream.
Yeah, the bear necessities
Yeah,
of the
okay.
stream. So up there in Alaska, the brown bears have been just absolutely chowing down on the salmon and the salmon roe, getting nice and chubby. And so the national park that's up there, Katmai National Park, who run webcams of their bears every year. I've been watching them for like the last, it's gotta be a decade now, because I used to watch them when I was at the Arizona Science Center. Oh man, it's been a long time. It's been a minute. It's been a minute that I've bared with them. But the bears are, every year they do the fattest bear week. On Katmai National Park's social media channels, where people can vote and try and guess which bear was the most successful of the year in eating all of the salmon. It's like March Madness, but for bears, and it's absolutely delightful. So please go check out Fat Bear Week over on National Park Services channels. That's coming up here in a couple of weeks. But you can watch the bears eating the salmon, catching the salmon over there on their webcams. I know that it's not Monterey Bay Aquarium webcams. We have our own kelp grizzlies and the sea otters, but it is seasonal and it's specific, and we love our friends over at the National Park Service. So go check that out.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm just doing promo for them over here, I guess.
No. We were happy to bear with you because, right here we currently have potentially the source of probably, I believe it was our first sock story, the seat of cursed knowledge, where a biologist consumed some raw salmon, ended up infecting themselves with a tapeworm meant for a grizzly bear, and after losing weight for many months and not really understanding why that was happening, eventually they took a dewormer and pulled out a 12-foot a 12-foot intestinal worm that they still have in a jar on their on their desk
Allie,
to this day. That was
Allie is pointing it out that we're only 18 minutes into the stream and we're already talking about
right, but
sock
okay, but
stories.
so I want everyone to acknowledge I gave everyone the Cliff's notes of the sock story just to catch everybody up who might not, but that is not a full-blown sock story. That was a nice and comfortable footy pajama kind of situation there. But 12 feet of intestinal parasite. Be careful around your sashimi if you're catching salmon in bear country, is all I'm trying to say. But Emily, we should talk maybe a little bit about our salmon friend. Salmonids are an incredible animal. And in particular, they are an example of a semmelparous breeder, which we have mentioned on stream previously. Semmelparity is when you reproduce once and then you're gone. So as opposed to a trout, like a steelhead, rainbow trout combo that can reproduce multiple times, for the salmon, it's one and done.
Yep. They are also anadromous fish, so that might have been a term that we might have thrown around a couple of times. But anadromous fish are fish that are born in freshwater and who spend most of their lives in saltwater, but they return to freshwater to spawn. So you have anadromous fish, which start in freshwater, go to saltwater, come back to freshwater to spawn. If you want to impress all of your friends and teach them the opposite, there are catadromous fish that are born in saltwater and then spend most of their life in freshwater and then go back to saltwater to spawn. But for most salmon species, they are going to be anadromous fish here.
Right. And this one, I can't really quite tell what species it's meant to be, but something you folks should look into that I think is actually very, very fun. There's basically there was a hilarious Tumblr meme that went around about the really impressive body transformation that male salmon will go through from being a relatively sleek and classic, let's say, shape, silvery fish out there in the open ocean, feeding on other fishes and crustaceans and whatnot, to when they swim upstream, the humphead salmon is the one I'm thinking of specifically, but there's so many different ones where they end up developing hugely curved, gnarly jaws and just grotesque shapes and transformations, all in an effort to impress a mate. And so, yeah, it was a hilarious Tumblr meme about how the pursuit of sex can end up transforming even the most normal looking animal into a monster. Was the gist of the post. So definitely tab over, look up some breeding salmon. It's really pretty impressive what they go through. They turn that beautiful color, and then once they've bred and they're spent, then they often die, and so bears and other organisms are waiting for them. But one thing that Emily, I learned this in my ecology class way back in college, something I hadn't even thought about is that, okay, you got these salmon that are growing huge out in the open ocean, and then they come back to their stream, and then they die in that stream, and they end up fertilizing the woods, or however far back they are. They might be hundreds of miles from the opening of the river, and so they're bringing salmon are an incredibly important vehicle of moving nutrients that were produced out far away from shore onto land. I hadn't even thought about salmon as like feeding a giant fir tree that's so
crazy.
Far away from the ocean. It's just really pretty incredible.
It really is. Yeah. I think that you had a chance. I think that both of us last year, we had a chance to see the bears eating the salmon up in Alaska. Yeah.
I did not see any bears eating any salmon up in Alaska. No, I saw some bears while I was eating salmon in Seward, Alaska, but no, I did not get to see the brilliance of the takeout.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So yeah, because both of us were fortunate enough to go to Alaska within like a couple of weeks of each other last year, and I got there like right at the tail end of the salmon season, but it's crazy when you walk around, because I did get a chance to see a couple of the brown bears up there chowing down on the salmon, but when they once again already falling asleep here. It's our first fish.
The classic Monterey Bay Aquarium gaming experience, where the
Monterey
game
Bay
system goes to sleep.
There you go. Because we're talking.
I'm sorry,
too
Animal
much.
Crossing. Are we boring you?
I was just talking about bears, but whatever. But so distracted by it. So when I was up there, kind of towards the tail end, I got a chance to see the brown bears catching their salmon, and it's crazy to watch them with just such dexterity open, like, first of all, catch the salmon and then bring it back to
that's
shore.
Number one. That's usually where that's where I call it too. I can't get past that part.
But they're these massive animals catching the salmon, bringing them up to shore, and then they're so delicate, they open up the fish so that they can eat the roe inside, and then they'll just leave the rest of the fish there, and the fish will just be like scattered all over the place, again, like you said, like acting as fertilizer to many of the trees and plants and everything around the area. But it's absolutely insane to watch these massive animals, like a chef, just like very, very carefully open up this fish and nibble on the stuff that they want on the inside, and then be like, okay, I'm good, and then just walk away. And then of course all the other animals nearby like, woo, free meal. This is great. I love it. But yeah, it was one of the coolest experiences to watch that happening in person, because yeah, just the size of those lads is just insane. Um, but yeah, what else should we talk about salmon? There's so much to talk about, Pat.
There's so much to talk about. But okay, so one thing maybe we can mention is that salmon. Oh, there went your fishing rod.
Just one salmon and we're done. All right, that's okay. I brought the spare with
It
me
feels
here.
like the game is conspiring to tell us that we need to move on, and you know what? We refuse to be bullied into not. Ha ha!
Wanted me to stop talking about salmon. I'll pull it right back out.
Oh yeah,
Animal
no, you just bought
Crossing.
yourself another 30 minutes of salmon talk. But so salmon is one of those fish that is probably very well known from your meals. They are one of the most consumed fish out there. And one thing that we should mention is that there's so many different types of salmon, so many different ways of catching salmon, and so many different salmon histories of fishing or overfishing around the world, which is why the Seafood Watch program is so important. So seafoodwatch.org. Not every salmon is the same salmon, something to know. So if you do partake in the consumption of salmon, it's really important to know where they're from, because salmon farms can be either good or bad for the environment and the fish that they are in. And wild salmon can either be good or bad depending on how it's caught out there. So salmon was one of the most important fishes that we had along our coast here. And if you live in California, you know that we do not have the same salmon runs that we used to have. Most of those salmon runs were really heavily impacted, not only by fishing, but by environmental degradation that happened during the gold rush. And there are often a lot of discussions about mines, especially heavy metal mines that can be very polluting up in Alaska. Often those are found at the headwaters of salmon runs that sustain not only people and a huge industry, but also have been a source of food for indigenous populations that have lived along our coasts for 10,000 plus years. And so salmon are one of those fish that are incredibly resilient if we do the right thing. So huge amounts of environmental, political, and community discussions happen around salmon. They are so important in that regard. So one thing that you can do is that if you are someone who likes to eat salmon, first thing you can do to learn a little bit more about how we can help out these organisms is check out seafoodwatch.org, find out what kind of good salmon exists in your area, and then get involved, because there's probably a salmon story if you're anywhere near the water where there's a river mouth. That probably used to have salmon in it if it does not currently. So look up the salmon story of your particular area, and I'm sure you're going to find some fascinating things. They are an iconic animal that has been in relationship with people for the whole time that we've been here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pat, there's been a couple of great questions coming in about salmon, specifically how many species of salmon there are.
Ooh.
And this is something, depending on who you ask, you're actually going to get a different number because of one of the animals that you were talking about earlier, Pat, the steelhead trout. Which you'll often hear them called steelhead salmon because they can transition. They are an anadromous fish, but because they're capable of spawning multiple times, there is a huge debate around whether or not they should be grouped in with the rest of the salmonids.
Right.
So it depends on who you ask whether or not the steelheads are true salmons, or if they are they should really be grouped in with the rest of the trouts there. But as far as the rest of the salmons go, depends on where you are in the world. Here in the Pacific, we have, if you don't include the steelhead, we have 7 species of salmon. But then you also have 1 species of Atlantic salmon, and I believe there are a couple of species over in Asia as well of salmon. And I will embarrass myself if I try and name all of the species of Pacific salmon, but I do know that there are 7.
That's awesome. Yeah, and salmonids generally, so you're mentioning trout, char are also in there. One of the key characteristics that they have is an adipose fin, which is a fatty fin that they have near their, so it's like near their second dorsal fin there on the back. And that particular anadromous, adipose fin there is a key characteristic, and often for people that are studying them, clipping that off is a way to tell where a particular salmon species may have come, salmon group may have come from fisheries or hatcheries, is what I mean to say. So anyway, pretty cool characteristics there, but yeah, all in that same sort of group. I'm currently tweeting that we found the salmon. I'm saying we Adra-mustered up a salmon.
Does that
work?
That works.
Okay.
Yeah. While you're tweeting, that also gives me a chance to answer another question that popped up there when we were talking about anadromous and catadromous fish. What are some examples of other anadromous fish, and what kind of fish would be a catadromous fish? So anadromous fishes are going to include all of those salmonids like you were talking about, Pat. Also lampreys and sturgeon.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be looking for sturgeon here in game 2. They are an anadromous fish as well. And then catadromous fish are going to be most of your freshwater eels. Both American and European freshwater eels are catadromous fish. So they're spending most of their lives in freshwater, but they migrate to the sea to reproduce instead.
Yeah. Well, and related to that, Emily, I think I was going to mention that those freshwater eels are what most of the folks out there may know or be more familiar with as unagi, which in sushi is freshwater eel. And so you may know that unagi is on the red list as far as where Seafood Watch falls on that, because I believe the story is that the Japanese freshwater eel just is not available out in the larger world for folks to consume, and so largely it was the European and American freshwater eels that were being harvested for the international trade of unagi. And looks like your controller went to sleep again there, Emily.
I should have a sleep counter for how many times per game it happens. We're at 3 already, and it's only 3:30.
And so unagi, as we know it, was largely going to be American and European freshwater eel, and then it was recently discovered that European and American freshwater eel are basically the same species, because the eels swim out into the middle of the Atlantic, mate, and then swim back to their rivers. And so unagi has been really over harvested, and kind of similarly to what always seems to happen is, as we find out more about the biology and ecology of these organisms, we find out that there were different ways of catching them or taking care of their environment that would have helped us avoid the crash. And so often now, there was a report, where a lot of fish can be mislabeled even in the fish market. But nowadays, some of the unagi that's being sold out there as freshwater eel might actually just be seared catfish and other things. So again, another reason why seafoodwatch.org is so important, to let you know what to steer clear from, because you may not know what you're eating. And those catadromous fishes, those freshwater eels, have, again, that conservation story as they interact with globalized commodity markets like fishing. It's so complex once you start talking about fish, Emily, in our consumption of them. But in our pre-sea ocean of salmon, that's very straightforward. They're awesome. They're great.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't use the absolutely pun in this stream. Oh, no.
But the folks in the chat know what we're saying.
Yeah.
They know what we mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and hey, thanks for the sub, Vicaroo, over there on Twitch. Thank you.
I did see a question come in a little while ago over on Twitch from Fiore, who had an Arizona question. If it's a desert, do we compare cactus and coyotes at state fairs instead of pumpkins and cows? No, but I will say this, that if you are in Arizona during the winter time, during the holiday season, you will see many cacti decorated and dressed up as if they were snowmen, or Christmas trees. So don't do too much with the cacti during the fall, but we do take pride in in our fanciful cacti during the holidays. That just tangential questions. That's what we are very good at here. Look at that. Is that a tilapia?
I caught a tilapia.
Yeah, you did.
Which I guess I hadn't collected before, so.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I fish from the...
You sure
Ridge?
can. Wait,
Aw.
but don't put anything in there yet because this fish just popped up for me. Oh. It's moved.
I should come back to the other side.
And go. There we go.
You got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this.
All right. Come on. Look!
Hey!
Yay!
Is it a king salmon?
It sure is, Pat. Get this thing a crown over here.
Whoa.
You are in the presence of
Woohoo!
royalty.
Oh my goodness. My liege. Wow.
Oh, so
Kings.
majestic.
So cool. Also known as a Chinook salmon in
Yeah.
our area. And we do sometimes have these Chinook salmon in the Monterey Bay habitats, and we also have them out here in the Monterey Bay. We should mention that there haven't been too many great salmon seasons, but last year there was an okay salmon season here in the Monterey Bay. But in particular, Emily, I'm sure you heard about the orcas that are out there in the bay, and we often have visiting orcas, killer whale pods that come to feed on the salmon as they migrate. And I'm also told that most of our Chinook king salmon are currently hanging out near the mouth of the San Francisco Bay, ready to zoom in and start heading up into the rivers and tributaries that are up there. So, yeah, so king salmon, really, really an amazing fish, and one of those protected fish species that influence the sustainability of other fisheries. You can have some fisheries that catch these as bycatch, and so that lowers the grade of that fishery. But yeah, there are some honkin' salmon of the same species out in the Monterey Bay that some folks have found recently. And last year there was a really good salmon fishery.
Good salmon
out
run
here in the
last
bay.
year.
Good
Yeah.
salmon run last year.
Yeah. To the point where they actually spotted some of the orca pods in the area that come to feed on those salmon here. Most of the time when we spot the orcas in the bay, most of them are going to be the orcas that are eating marine mammals. But last year during the salmon run, we saw some of those pods coming down from the Pacific Northwest down here to chow down on the salmon because the salmon was so good. So I don't know, what podcast they were listening to find out about it, but
it was current events podcast, which is the Global Ocean podcast.
Yeah,
it's run by a couple of plankton. All right, everybody, well, hey, welcome, woo, and we're off. No idea where. Swim up, it's nighttime. Swim down, it's daytime.
Pat, we did have
they definitely have a swapping. They have a swapping of the hosts during day and nighttime because of the diel vertical
migration. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did have a very important question come in over on Twitch. I don't know if you saw it, Pat, but someone would like to know, as they plan for the future, what would be the best field of study for them to pursue if they intend to become a fish after college?
Oh, if they wish to become a fish after
Yes.
college.
Yes.
I would say that you're already a land-based tetrapods, sarcopterygian, lobed fin fish, so you're already fine.
Got a good start. Yeah.
But I would say that you're going to want to. Oh man, there's so many different things that you're going to want to do. I mean, the first thing that I was thinking about is you need to start now if you haven't already begun training. You need to take some meditation classes that will allow you to smell the Earth's magnetic field to help you navigate out there in the open ocean. So if you haven't already started taking magnetite sense training 101, and if unfortunately if you don't currently have magnetite minerals embedded into your nasal passages, allowing you to just smell your way around via the Earth's magnetic field, I'm just going to say that it's going to be a hard time breaking into into the fish world. I mean, if we're talking salmon and tuna and kind of the pelagic things there, I mean, that's just that's I tried, Emily, I really did, but I failed out of that course pretty hard. To this day, their nose knows, and I know not with this nose.
It's okay.
So yeah, I mean, thanks for the question. Just really kind of bringing up a major disappointment in my life of
but the class that you did
you
did pass with flying colors, of course, was your water aerobics and jazzercise classes, Pat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes.
So
I mean,
it's a balance there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So you're gonna want you're gonna want to avoid citrus going forward because unfortunately, too much citrus, you might turn into ceviche. So it's really like that. So lemonade is out. So there's a lot of diet classes that you're going to want to take. You really do want to avoid citrus.
Yeah, I feel like maybe a mechanical engineering class or something, so that they could like work on some kind of cybernetics for themselves to really modify their hands to recreate those lobes there, really channeling their inner lobe fin fish. So definitely something in robotics might help.
Yep. But just generally, I would say you're going to want to really, take a lot of classes that kind of test your ability to work under pressure. But ultimately, I think that anyone who wants to be a fish can do so. I think that the only advice that I can really think of giving, Emily, to anyone who wants to be a fish is to just stay in school. Just
stay in
school and
never graduate college, just stay in school.
No, just stay in school and just keep swimming. Okay, I think
this is terrible advice. Hey Kaylin, thank you so much for your kind message. We hope that we can see you in person someday soon.
Hey, that'll be awesome, Kaylin. Let us know when you're there. Be ton of fun to wave. Hello. Give me aquarium because the ocean's there.
Oh, no.
Crystal Gem Larimar is saying, I'm so confused. Agreed. Same here.
Pat, I will point out that it has been 40 minutes of salmon talk. I mean, to be fair, there was also like 10 minutes of bear talk in there too.
Yeah. Hey, come on, everybody.
But it's been 30 minutes of salmon.
And someone is saying that they're feeling a little bit bad for the salmon currently hanging out there. So maybe we can put the salmon away and go look for somebody else. Maybe.
I'm so sorry, Your Majesty.
My liege.
My liege. Go back to your kingdom in my pockets.
Ruler of the pocket.
Ruler of the lands. Pat, do you wanna try fishing in this spot? It's been a pretty lucky spot for me so far. See if you can maybe...
2 in a row there, Emily, I gotta say. I wonder if they've done some work to make it a little bit easier to catch
what
we're looking for,
I don't know.
No, because I just got 2 flop in a row. Okay, thank you, Animal Crossing. Oh, okay. I see how it is. Ooh, Pat's feeling a terrible spell coming on. Ooh, you don't want to get me riled up there, Animal Crossing. Let's see. I've got a teeny tiny little fish. Do we care about teeny tiny little fish? Or are we just looking for the big fish?
I think most of the ones that we're looking for are going to be bigger boys.
Okay. Thank you for the bluegill. Thank you, Animal Crossing.
Would you like this? Would you like this salmon instead?
And another salmon.
I'm sorry. Here, stand further back. Stand.
Because I'm too far into the river.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, probably not. But
Okay.
this has been a lucky spot. This has been a very salmon-y spot.
That's cool. Oh, Animal Crossing. Oh, you're making
Deep breaths,
Ooh.
Matt.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, I'm looking over on YouTube. It looks like there's a lot of different life advice for becoming a fish there, everybody. Finding a niche is very important. Specialization early and often. Yes.
Yes.
Very, very good there.
Yes.
Okay, I'm being told that this whole area is valid. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. So
Okay.
it's just the game that doesn't like me specifically. Go for it, Emily. Let this be a sturgeon.
I think this one might be a little too small for a sturgeon, but
Too small for a sturgeon.
might be another salmon.
Like a sturgeon. Let's go.
Yay!
Triple salmon.
Triple
Man,
salmon.
That's you're on a roll.
Things are getting grizzly
A
over
butter
here.
roll. I'm trying to come up with more salmon
Yeah,
puns.
More salmon puns.
Guess I'd be a fan of Jim Carrey in The Mask because some of them are smoking. Smoked salmon. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I got it.
You tracked, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't good enough. Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
No, I don't want you, fish. Go away. Go away.
Just toss in more food.
How? I wanted to chase it away. I'm on one, Emily.
Ooh, that's a bigger fish.
It's probably gonna be a salmon.
That's okay though.
Yo, turn around.
You haven't caught a salmon yet.
Yo, salmon. Hey, yo, turn around.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, man. Hey, salmon.
Scusi. I don't know why the salmon would be Italian, but
May I bother you for a minute?
oh, nice. Yay! I caught my own
Hey.
salmon. What a rush.
Yay.
Pro gamer skills, whistles at the fish. That's right. That is
GG,
right.
Pat.
We should name our salmon.
We should.
Our king salmon, at least. Because,
Yeah, well, yeah, obvious.
The rest of the salmon will be the followers. And his court.
No,
so
his salmonians.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So
Yes.
king salmon and the salmonian and salmonians. Yeah, all right, chat. What's the name of our king
I'll get
salmon?
our majesty out here.
Well, I am French, so Louis is oh, well, a really good French pun would be lo e the something, but because lo l apostrophe e a u is water.
Water, yeah.
So Louis
Louis.
the
King Louis.
King Louis
the 7th? No.
the 17th because we stopped after 16. Don't ask me what happened. Too soon.
Oh no.
Pat reveals himself to be a 18th century monarchist. No, my king. Pat, what are your political inclinations? I think it should have been Louis the 17th. So does this work for everyone? Louis the
17th. King Louis.
King Louis.
King Louis.
And it is.
The 17th and his salmonians.
Hello, everybody. I am King Roi Louis. Louis le 17th.
Did you say what, Louis? Because that
Waluigi.
just sounds like Waluigi. And we are not. We are not. naming-
Waluigi. I'm gonna win. Do we like that? Do we like that? Wow.
No, we're not naming it Waluigi. Its name is
No, we're
King
not. We're
Louis.
It's King Louis the 17th.
The 17th. Yes. Yeah, I get some wahs there in the chat.
Wow. Yes. Oh, but no, that is what we do. That is what we do. It's like, hello, I am King Louis the 17th. Wow. And my Salminions.
My Salminions.
Oh, I don't think we can name him Salmonella. No. Wow. Wait, yeah, it definitely needs to be. And now, announcing King Louis the 17th. All must wah. Wah.
Wah.
Wah is the catchphrase. I'm gonna win. Okay.
I'm gonna swim.
Oh, I'm gonna swim.
Yes.
Nice. We figured it out.
We did. Look at us go.
Le dauphin. Oh,
Look-
le dauphin fish. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's pretty good. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Mocking Dragon 510, promise me that when you come to the aquarium and you see the salmon, you go, wow. And that'll be. Oh, I can't wait for everybody to actually meme in the building from the Twitch streams.
We're gonna get calls from staff on the floor going, Do you know why people keep on going wah in front of the salmon?
We're not exactly sure. Wow. Okay, King Louis.
They're just paying respects to their majesty.
Exactly. King Louis the 17th.
The 17th.
Wow.
Wow.
This is awesome. Thank you, chat.
Excellent. Thank you.
There to save Princess Leech over on YouTube. Okay, so we've got King Louis the 17th and Salminions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's court. Okay, perfect. Oh, I just got a random Slack message, Emily. I wonder if that's our boss.
It might be our boss going, why do you keep on
no,
going,
thank you.
wow?
Okay, this is great. Thanks, Celestina, for the suggestion there. Wow. That's awesome. Hey, Psy Major from Colorado. Thank you, Magnus the Radical. Oh, thank you so much for the good luck wishes. Environmental science major in Colorado. Excellent.
There are
More salmon.
more salmon. Apparently, I need to have a bear neighbor to help.
Should
me with
we
this.
should we go to the other river mouth?
Yeah,
Do
we
you think
can.
it matters or? 'Cause this has been a
Oh.
good spot.
It's been a good spot, but we haven't tried out the other one yet. I'm gonna run over there.
I would
Oh
like.
my God, Zucker is wearing a jellyfish hat.
Get out.
Oh, Zucker. I wish it was the better jellyfish hat, but this one's okay too, buddy. It's my fault for not making it more beautiful. I'm going to. Don't walk away from. Don't you walk away from me, Zucker. Okay. It's Friday.
I released to clear out my pockets, Emily. I released a grasshopper and it jumped directly into the water.
That's,
Whoops.
you know. I
didn't mean
a
to.
natural spot for it. Maybe. You are too tiny.
Not hopping anymore.
You are also too tiny. Scatter. It's the same fish. Okay, this spot has already proven to not be very. It's just the same fish spawning over and over again. All right,
What
I'm
if
coming
it's
up
what
on
if it's
this
just a teeny tiny little sturgeon?
petite sturgeon.
Yes, I mean we can do the rest of this in a French accent if we prefer. Now that we
Oui.
are in the presence of our King Louis the
The
17th,
17th.
Roi Louis, and as we of course announce him, Wah Louis.
I don't think
Oh my
that
goodness,
joke
people
is
are going
gonna
to
get
tune in
old.
with absolutely no context to what this stream has been about and just be like,
Just,
yeah, okay,
"Wah."
educational, sure. Come on, fish.
All right.
Oh,
What's it
thank you
gonna be?
for thank you, Animal Crossing. May I have another? I should probably run over to where you are, right, Emily?
I mean, if you would like to catch chubs and salmon, then this is the happening spot.
All right, headed
I'm gonna-
over.
I'm gonna.
Dun 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 dun. I ran the wrong way. Dun 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 dun.
Good job,
dun,
buddy.
dun, dun.
Oh, this one's a little bit bigger.
I would like to get down from this mountaintop.
Another king.
Oh no!
Oh
they
no!
are probably brothers in some very bizarre interbreeding. If I know my kings.
kings. Am I gonna have to make a wah emote for us?
Wow!
Wah!
I'm a little king. I'm gonna swim.
Am I gonna swim?
My liege. Who are you so wise in the way of science? We should make a set of scales and get it? We shall have to go to my larger scales. Wow. A duck.
A duck.
Wow.
Well, she turned me into a newt.
All better.
Better.
Well, okay then. I'm going to fish with a ladder. No.
That seems effective. Maybe it'll help you get a step up on that fish.
Hey. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, my liege.
My liege!
Wow.
Wah! Wait, do I have? I do. Hold on.
It is Roi Luigi the Third. Wow.
I will have to. Let's see here. I know I have it. There we go. I know it's supposed to be apologetic, but it's a bow to my
It's
king.
a bow. Yeah.
It's a bow to my king.
That's right. One more time for the king. Roi Louis. Roi Luigi demands another bow. Yes, must be the reason why I'm king of my castle.
People are saying yes. Friday streams. We've
Wow.
missed them. Oh no.
Here, Emily, can you zoom in a little bit? I'm gonna get a screenshot.
Oh, I
real
absolutely
quick.
can. Hold. Do you want just yours or
No,
do we want
break out your
my king?
your king. So one of them should be. Someone was saying we need to come up with a pun with Marie Antoinette, but I think just call one cake. Oh, I mean, that would be a gaming pun, right? if this was Marie Antoinette, that would be a cake W in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
No, we're
Oh
good.
goodness.
Um, all right. Well, I'm just tweeting out King Louis.
That's okay. I was getting some water because I laughed so hard that my throat now hurts. So good job. We did good. I mean,
Behold, King Louis the 17th and cake.
it's cake. Scatter. That's gonna be a tiny fish. I've caught so many salmon. Oh, that's a bigger fish. Will it be another king?
It is really fun that we're catching all these fish on stream, you know?
It is. It is another king. Wow.
Wow! Talk about the oil court. We need a round table now.
It's true.
Wow! It is a dynasty. Yeah, the next headline is Monterey Bay Aquarium discusses nepotism by catching salmon over and over and over and over again. It's a lineage, they said.
Oh my
We are
goodness.
going to go look for some new critters. Yes, Magnus, we were waiting for 4 p.m., which is now
It's
4:03
now.
p.m.
It is now.
And so we would be able to hopefully go maybe find, go diving and maybe find a chambered Nautilus. But we are still looking for a sturgeon. That is
We are still
definitely
looking for a sturgeon. Yeah.
what we're going for.
That one's gonna be too small to be a sturgeon. Scatter.
When we catch the sturgeon, Emily, I think we should pose for a photo and say, felt skewt, might delete later.
Yeah, obviously.
And I think that should be its name too. Felt
Goodness.
skewt.
Felt skewt. Yeah. There are just so many salmon now. We
There
were
are a
very
lot of salmon.
excited.
This is
about
not
them at the
realistic
beginning.
anymore compared to
Salmon? Yep, salmon. It's just the salmon run that's happening right now.
oh no. Okay.
That's okay. It's gonna be a salmon. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh yeah? How can you be so sure? So sure, rather.
I'm psychic.
Oh. Well, okay, fine. Fine, it was a salmon. Well, I might
saw
put
shark.
I might put my wetsuit on and go for a little swimmy swim.
Okay.
Getting, just getting a little bit it's getting a little bit heated here on land. I should probably put my I want to go in the water. I want to go in the water.
You have to press A. There you go.
I did. I'm going to dive down on these bubbles. Hey, I got a spotted garden eel.
Nice.
Nice. Well, all right, everybody. Well, hey, we've been streaming here for a little bit over an hour. So now a message from our sponsors. You all. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being there. Yeah, this is so much fun. So 1 hour down, it's now past 4 p.m., which means that we should start seeing some quote unquote rarer species, hopefully, we'll find some of them. I know that there's an umbrella octopus and a chambered nautilus out there that we might be looking for. All right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Fiore. The message from our sponsors is wah. Let's get some wahs in the chat, everybody. Just in honor of our liege, King Loi the 17th. Long may he rule these waters. Long may he wah.
Who will win?
What you got, Emily?
It's a scallop.
It's a scallop. Hey, it's Patrick.
You.
It's
me. Oh no.
It's me. Wow. Oh my goodness. I think it's because today they announced that the 3D pack as well for Mario.
Oh, maybe.
I was thinking, Super Mario Sunshine is right there on a tropical island. We could just walk around talking about the animals in that game, Emily.
That's true.
That was one of my first video games that I played all the way through. 100% complete.
Aww.
On the GameCube.
Ooh. I got an oyster.
Oh.
That's a little shellfish.
Oh, man. Waluigi is not in Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's not in Smash. That's what he's not in. He'd be my character.
He's your character in Mario Party, too.
Yes, yeah. So for the folks out there who are wondering why we had such an affinity for Waluigi right away, is that when Emily and I have played Mario Party previously, I am always Waluigi. Wow. Oh my goodness, we should play Smash. Are there ocean critters?
Pat!
Did you get it?
I got it!
Oh!
My goodness, buddy!
We gotta call this one
Yes!
Nemo, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, Nemo's Nautilus. 20,000 leagues under the sea today, Emily. And look, you got your chambered Nautilus, one of the only remnants of the once prosperous, ruling the ocean for millions of years, shelled cephalopods, which include ammonites and numerous other types of absolutely gorgeous cephalopods. But the nautiloids here, keeping it classy for 500 million years on our planet. 500 million years of a successful innovation here of this chambered Nautilus. Emily, tell us a little bit about Nemo. Tell us a little bit about this absolutely amazing
little
mollusk
cephalopod
friend here.
Yeah.
A mighty mollusk.
It is a mollusk. It is a cephalopod, so related to octopus, squid, cuttlefish. And when you're looking at the animal and you see this big round shell, it's called a chambered nautilus because there are separate chambers within that shell kind of spiraling out along it. And the actual live animal is only occupying the very last of those chambers. It's growing new chambers as it grows. But the rest of those chambers, it can move liquid in and out of and gas in and out of to change its buoyancy in the water. It's basically like a little a BCD, a buoyancy control device for all of you scuba divers out there, but built in to this animal here that's using to go up and down in the water column. And that's exactly what it does. It'll go and hang out in deeper waters during the daytime and then come up towards the surface at nighttime to hunt, and going up and down by changing the amount of gas inside of those chambers that it has. It has 90 tentacles, Pat? I always forget the number.
Yes.
Yeah, 90. Yeah.
Yeah, and those are chemoreceptors largely
Yeah.
on the front there, basically 90 little tendrils of nostril there to help find their way around. They live in the deep, and they're scavengers going after carrion and other such things.
Yeah. Also, you know,
They keep calm and carry on.
yeah, they keep on and carry on. But that eyeball that it had for a very, very long time, scientists thought that Nautilus had terrible eyesight. But it turns out that that really primitive eye of theirs works very similar to the way that a pinhole camera does. And so these animals can actually focus very minutely on specific things in the ocean with that pinhole camera of an eyeball that they have, which is super cool.
And also, people often thought, well, of all of the cephalopods, the chambered nautilus is the dumbest one. Which, you know, first of all, if you've been around for 500 million years, like put a little bit of respect on that animal for being around. Just like, well, tell me something I don't know.
Respect.
Yeah, congratulations to any human out there looking at the current state of the world and thinking that we're gonna beat a nautilus in the evolution competition. But yeah, it was often thought that as far as intelligence-wise smarts of cephalopods, that the nautilus would be on the lower end. But it turns out that some scientists have done lots of maze work with nautilus and found that nautilus will eventually solve a maze. And then if you give the nautilus that same maze a little bit later, they might basically not have any idea how to solve the maze, especially you give it to them, you know, the next day, and they might just it's as if it's a brand new maze. And they figured, oh, so that means that they have very short memory. But I believe it was a scientist that gave them the maze a few weeks later, and or a few days later, whichever the time frame was, a lot longer than octopuses and squids, certainly. And when the nautilus went to solve the maze, it figured it out right away, even though it had previously, quote, forgotten how to do the maze. And that was a discovery that led them to understand that the time that it takes for a nautilus to transfer short-term memory into long-term memory was just on a much longer time frame than we would expect with, quote unquote, higher cephalopods. It turns out that that sort of distinction is not very necessary. You got to always make sure that when you're trying to give an animal an IQ test, that you do it on its own merits. And if you are a very long-lived cephalopod, they can live over 20 years if you're living in a dark environment. And if you have no rush to get around to do anything, it might just take you a lot longer to make a memory out of it, but it doesn't mean that the memory doesn't get made. It just happens at a different time frame. So, you know, again, think about the difference between a 5,000-year-old sequoia looking at people running around at its base, taking photos, and what it might be perceiving in that particular instance, while all of us are creating our own memories, taking those photos. I don't know if you can tell, I just got back from the Sierra. But yeah, there you go. Chambered nautilus, not that dumb. They can solve mazes. You just got to give them time to let their systems work at the proper pace.
Exactly. We've had a lot of great questions come in about the nautilus so far. Do their tentacles do more than just smelling? Yes. That is also what they're using to grab onto their food and bring it in up towards their mouth. Just like other cephalopods, they have a little beak in the middle of all of those tentacles there, and a radula inside of that beak that they're using to chow down on all of the carrion and other stuffs that they are catching out there in the ocean. Scrolling through our chats here. Oh no. Oh no, it refreshed. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What are you looking for?
Uh, do they have a pen like squid do?
Oh.
That's a great question. Pat, do you want to talk about that?
Well, you're looking at it.
Yeah.
So the pen of a squid is the basically the leftovers of the shell that provides structure inside the animal. However, a shelled cephalopod like a chambered nautilus has its shell on the outside and lives inside that first little chamber there on the front. It's got that little hat, kind of covers up the head as a helmet, little protection there, but lives in that first part of the chamber. So they you don't have a pen like a squid because they still have their shell, whereas other cephalopods have vestigial, smaller parts of internal shell structures as opposed to having it on the outside there. So one of the reasons that it's thought, oh, they don't have suction cups like an octopus does. No. But those tentacles can be very grabby and sticky if you've ever seen them at the aquarium. But one thing to mention is that the reason that you may know ammonites are one of the more common fossils that you'll find out there. Ammonites ruled the ocean, but they are thought to have lost out to chambered nautilus in the evolutionary tentacle race because nautiluses live a very long time down in the deep sea, and they lay eggs that take a long time to develop. But those eggs, once developed, you basically got a little mini nautilus ready to go, and it stays down in the deep where the adults are. However, ammonites were thought to have a larval duration out in the water column up near the surface, and historically there have been major cataclysmic acidifying events in the ocean that would make being a shelled cephalopod living in surface waters incredibly difficult, which is why they are thought to have gone extinct, whereas the nautiluses were able to survive. So there were far fewer nautiluses than ammonites historically, but in the long run, that particular adaptation of having your entire life cycle in the much more relatively stable environment of the deep sea is what allowed the nautiluses to proceed on through the eons, whereas their cousins were less adept should there be cataclysmic change has happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm also noticing right now, Emily, just being on Twitch, I just noticed that Games Done Quick, our good friends over at Games Done Quick, are currently doing what appears to be a speed run of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So I might have to go, as we've established that is the only game that I know how to play. No, I'm totally kidding. Hello, GDQ friends.
Hey, GDQ
Thanks for
friends.
being there.
Pat, we had another great question. Because a lot of times when we talk about cephalopods,
sorry, Emily. Before the question, real quick, I just KN Heart 17 is saying parts of a nautilus: roomy apartment, cool hat, pinhole camera, 90 grabby noses. I love that. That's the checklist for the nautilus goes out. That's awesome.
Exactly
okay, sorry. What was your question, Emily?
Oh no. A lot of times when we're talking about cephalopods, we talk about the incredible chromatophores that they have that they're using to change color and stuff. That's not so much the case for this little cephalopod buddy here. It doesn't have those chromatophores like the other.
And I believe
do.
they also do not have an ink sac. I believe that is another nautilus difference.
They do not have it.
They do not, is my understanding.
Yeah.
So the there's a really good question over there on YouTube, or a comment rather. Alex is mentioning that. So chambered nautilus, this nautiloid, I believe there's a couple of species or subspecies of nautilus. The ones that we have at the aquarium are actually from Fiji. And the Fijian government has worked really closely with us and other orgs to make sure that we have sustainable display of nautilus because historically, because these animals are obviously valued for their shells and they live a very long amount of time, they've been over harvested in places. And so there are a lot of endangered nautilus populations out there. And so we've worked closely with the Fijian government. Shout out to Aquarist Matt Wendell, who went out there and babysat these nautiluses that we have at the aquarium on the way back over. But it's really important in the aquarium trade to do things sustainably as well. And so we have a partnership with Fiji, and they're doing an amazing job out there making sure that people have proper nautiluses on display. For a while there were no good ways of having nautiluses on display. And so just a little fun fact there, you're looking at sustainable aquarium display. Aquarium display nautiluses there that we have at the aquarium. And then so there was another comment about paper nautilus are not nautilus, correct? If you've heard of argonauts, they're called nautilus because they similarly produce what looks to be an external shell, but that's actually the buoyancy and egg chamber for a female argonaut octopus. So if you look up paper nautilus, you'll see this absolutely gorgeous spiral, paper thin shell that argonauts are able to make. I actually got to see some of these in the Gulf of California by Bahia de Los Angeles down in Baja, and all these different types of shells were blowing in on the waves and onto the beaches. Absolutely gorgeous, but they are a buoyancy chamber. The females will put a little air bubble in there to help them float and stay up near the surface, not swim as hard when they're brooding their eggs. They're an open ocean octopus, but octopuses do brood their eggs, and so that's their particular solution there, is to have that little paper-like shell, but it is a separate living entity and not confined to that shell, just like the nautilus you see there in front of you. Oh, and of course they're all named Jason. Yes. Yep. Fun fact.
Fun facts. We did get a question. Can you guys freak everyone out with how big Cameroceras was? We don't have to freak everyone out with how big Cameroceras was. Cameroceras did that itself. Cameroceras was one of those one of those extinct shelled cephalopods, like we were talking about before. So ammonites are kind of the most famous of the extinct shelled cephalopods there, but you have a whole bunch of them. Another pretty famous one is Orthoceras. Cameroceras is another one. It had kind of this cone shaped shell, and if I'm remembering correctly, it got to be like 30-40 feet long. So just absolutely massive shelled cephalopods out there in the ocean. This is all during the Ordovician, but that was definitely when these shelled cephalopods just absolutely ruled the oceans there. Most of those shelled cephalopods died right around the same time that all the dinosaurs went away. Thanks, KPG extinction events.
Oh.
Woo! Cool.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. And for those of you asking, so the Argonaut helmet is based off of the spiral of the nautiloid type, Argonaut type shell there. So that's where that comes from. Oh, so cool. Hey, great job, Emily. So what else we need? We need to find a blanket.
We need to find a blanket octopus still.
And a sturgeon. We've got 40 minutes to do so.
And a ray and a moray eel.
And a ray and a moray eel. Okay. Off we go.
Whee. We both swam in opposite directions, which never bodes well.
I'm actually in your orchard rating.
No.
I'm just kidding. Hey! A tiger prawn.
Oh, okay.
A tiger prawn. I thought, you know what there is also in the game? I don't know if we've found it yet, but there is a flatworm.
Ooh. This controller has a low battery, which means I'm going to switch controllers real quick, my friends. Sorry, okay. Pat, say that again. I got distracted by technology betraying me once again.
Saying, like I'm on you to brink. There is a flatworm in the game.
Cool.
So we need to find the flatworm.
Find that too.
Platyhelminthes, the original hunter in the evolution of organisms. I got another sea slug.
Now comes the question, Pat. Do I switch over to the error screen while I switch controllers, or do we just let everyone see the behind the scenes?
Switch to the error screen.
The error screen? Okay, stand by.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, check out this cool error screen we have.
And we back.
Woo! And we're back.
All right. Let's see here.
Well, while you were gone, I caught a Nautilus myself.
Hey.
So feeling pretty good about that.
Nice. I'll swim in your direction then.
But now I just really want to find that flatworm. They're also known as Spanish dancers. Sometimes folks out there, when you find a flatworm, because they swim really beautifully, but there are also some sea cucumbers that swim similarly that are also called Spanish dancers. That is a little bit confusing. And flatworms do look a whole lot like a nudibranch when you're out there looking for them, but they are not a completely separate group.
Platyhelminthes is another one of those just fun words to say.
Platyhelminthes. Their mouth is in the middle of their body. So when you see the front little face there, that is not where their mouth is. Their mouth is actually in the middle. So often when you see them chowing down, they're kind of lying belly down on top of their food, which I think, that would be a rather more efficient system of doing it, is if your mouth was over your stomach and you could just like lie down on top of a pizza while you're watching like TV and just be slowly chewing on. I mean, that's what I would do. Just like put the pizza down on the couch, then just like lie down.
That just sounds messy. I don't know.
Sweet. Oh, hey. Insert name here. Just caught a flatworm over on their game. Yeah,
nice.
Send it over.
Yeah.
All right. Emily, where'd you go?
Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, that's probably copyright in music.
Whoa, hey, whoa, hey.
Sorry. I forgot we're streaming on YouTube. There are more problems.
Don't you be. What are you gonna do next? Start singing "Happy Birthday"? Are you crazy?
No, I'm so sorry.
Wow,
I won't do it again.
Monterey Bay Aquarium YouTube channel demonetized and deleted after
Oh, no.
Emily dared sing one of the more popular jingles of all time. That's where they get you, the copyright lawyer said. We made sure to copyright every cool thing.
Oh, I got a sweet shrimp. I don't know what kind of shrimp it's supposed to be, but it's very sweet. Look
As
at
opposed
it
to
wiggle.
As opposed to a savory shrimp.
Yeah.
That's your dessert shrimp right there, Emily.
It's true.
Would you say it's a shrimp, a shrimp, a shrimp, a shrimp, or a shrimp?
I think it might be a shrimp.
A shrimp.
Yeah, actually, it kind of looks like a cleaner shrimp a little bit. It looks like it has that kind of red stripe and white stripe on the side there. But
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's so wiggly. I love it. Look at you go.
Yeah, it looks like it's got little swimmerettes acting, big old eyes. All right, let's see. Another nudibranch.
It's okay. I caught my fair share of acorn barnacles and mussels and sea grapes. So, who are you? Patrick! Patrick!
No way! You got it!
I got it! Look at
Where-
this little
Look at that
wiggly buddy.
There's our flatworm friend,
Oh.
Platyhelminthes.
Yay!
Their own separate phylum, completely completely separate from nudibranchs, although they look very, very similar. They're a two-dimensional wonder crawling about. It just flatworms move in such a, they just look like they're gliding over everything that they're on. It's just I don't know what's happening molecularly between the surfaces that they're swimming on and or that they're walking along, but it is just they look basically like a non-stick pan sliding across the bottom. Just really mesmerizing to see swim around. And the little face is up near Emily's face, so holding it straight up there, you can see it flapping right there. That's right, Trooper. And where you're holding it there, Emily, is where its mouth would be there in the center.
Delicious.
Now,
Tummy
Emily,
time. Yes, Patrick.
can I talk about the penis fencing? Is that cool?
I mean, we're professional marine biologists, and this is a
yes.
very serious topic, so of course.
Okay, well, so welcome everyone to a little bit of flatworm reproduction. This happens in a lot of different species, a lot of different organisms where they are hermaphroditic. They can be male and female at the same time. And essentially, there are twin penises on a flatworm that they use when they're battling with each other to stab the other. And whoever happens to stab the other first will then get to move along and continue its stabbing spree of reproduction, and thus not have to bear the reproductive cost of taking care of the eggs. And so if you are the stabbed in the penis fencing joust there, then you end up being the one carrying the eggs, which is just a little bit of more energy, more work, and thus the competition over it. So when two flatworms meet, there is a little bit of jousting, some penis fencing, as it is known.
Yep.
And I'm told that when at the conclusion of these battles, the other person does certainly say "touche" after the battle has finished there.
Yeah, they're very polite about it. Yeah.
So there you go. So penis fencing, look it up in flatworms. It's
Maybe flatworm penis fencing.
Oh yeah. We don't
let's
mean to tell you
clarify
how.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't want to tell you how to consume.
Be safe out there on the
your-
internet, everybody.
Yeah.
Is what we're trying to say. But yeah, there you go. Flatworm reproduction. So this happens in a lot of different species. You know, I'm a banana slug, having gone to UC Santa Cruz, and banana slugs are also hermaphrodites, and they also go through a similar type of battle where there can be battles where males will try to bite off the penis of the other one and thus leave them as the female. They're kind of forcing that transition as they take care of the eggs there. So yeah, there's often battles, and the reason for this is that sperm is cheap to produce, and so from a competitive standpoint, if you don't have to waste energy making eggs, taking care of those, which do involve a lot of resources, then you can hopefully have more offspring of your own. So it increases your fitness in these particular species to maintain a winning spree as a male. But yeah,
Trooper's
anyway.
trying to censor you right now.
Well, you know what, Trooper? You can't. because I already said everything that I need to say. That's all I got to say. Mic drop. In fact, literally, I will drop down and put the mic on the seafloor. Penis fencing. We did it. We're done. Everybody can calm down. Everybody calm down. We're done. We wrapped it up. We're good. And that's not even a sock story. That's not even that.
That wasn't even,
No.
we weren't even on our bench there.
That's right.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to put that little flatworm away there. So blanket octopus, we're still looking for that.
Well, I mean, everybody out here trying to make me feel bad for bringing it up. I think we're looking for a wet blanket octopus at this point. Come on, people.
Oh no, my pockets are full. Here, what can I don't need any grapes.
Okay, so everybody, there are really funny puns going on in the chat, but none of them are appropriate. So let's move along. They are funny. I'm not posting them. But okay, moving right along. Great job, Emily. We found the flatworm. We were looking for it.
Sure.
We're doing pretty good this stream.
Yeah. I have to return some things to the ocean real quick.
Yes.
I brought my receipts with me, so we're all good.
Uh-oh, Emily's got the receipts, everybody. Look out.
Would they be
Oh, boy.
receipts? I
Of
guess.
course.
Yeah.
Or reef seats.
Reef seats, yes.
Oh, goodness. So what are we looking for now? Blanket octopus, yes.
Blanket octopus. And then up on land here, we still have some things that we were going to try and catch.
That's right, Monarch. We were going to look for a sturgeon.
Trooper, what's wrong?
V-Plant said that they muted the stream to focus on something they were writing and unmuted it for our flatworm discussion. That's right. Pure chaos. If Pascal was here, it would have been otter chaos. Does the blanket octopus swim away from people?
Probably.
Oh, I got a second chambered Nautilus. I will let it go. Let it go. Nope. Nope. Tiger prawn. Not what I was looking for. We may have better luck for sturgeon by using a Nook Mile ticket.
Oh, and going to an island.
I don't think we can do that while we're both.
No, no.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since...
Would have been funny to release the shark right as Pat passed in front. Hey! Hold the phone. Sweet tart.
Boop.
Oh, don't forget the mitten crab. Yeah, I believe that's a freshwater one.
Oh. Don't worry, it's just another salmon. I have so many
NBD.
salmon. Look at my salmon collection. Look at all my salmonions.
Someone just asked on Twitch, The Eyes of Sin. When you went to college for marine biology, during the arduous exams, the endless studying, did you ever have a moment where you thought, this will all be worth it when I get to talk about flatworm reproduction on a Twitch stream? 100%, because learning those things and then going up to all of the other majors and pointing that out is what gave me joy back when. This is why we did it. This is the
Absolutely.
Wah!
What? Oh yeah, wah!
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 I just looked up on Twitch. I
Sorry.
realized we forgot to go wah for you, Emily.
I am gonna just really no. Watch me
Come on,
tear.
Emily.
There we go.
There you go.
80th time's the charm.
Here, hold on. Let me swim to shore.
I mean, it's a theme. We've got our Monarch Butterfly and our King Salmon
Wah!
today.
So what's our monarch? I mean, I think we need to name our Monarch Butterfly PG. I think we just have to, right?
No, it has to be PG.
Yeah, it's PG for Pacific Grove.
It's PG, our
Butterfly
Monarch.
Town, USA. But yeah, our Monarch Butterfly. Wow. I'm gonna fly.
I'm gonna fly. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't work.
So you
quite
can
well.
tell the difference between male and female monarch butterflies based on the patterning on their wings. I want to say that's a female. Just I'm not looking at it very close. I'm trying to find a way to get back to shore. I'm currently on the backside of the island. Oh my goodness. We can tell males from females with patterning on their wings there, and we have them here in the Monterey Bay. But interestingly, I believe it's 3 generations of monarch butterfly that it takes for the monarch to complete its entire migration and life, because they are up in Canada, here in California, and then all the way down into Mexico through their whole migratory path there. So really, really an amazing organism that covers thousands and thousands of miles, but not one individual completes the entire trip of the monarch butterfly.
Our dearest Allie did make a great pun in the chat. I don't know if you saw, Pat, but it's a Monarch.
Monarch. Yes, PG, the Monarch.
And yeah, this is a female monarch butterfly because it doesn't have those black spots on the rear wings there that the males would have.
Emily, I'm trying to make my way to you.
I'll just hang out here. Promise I won't butterfly away.
PG, the Monarch. Oh, it makes me so happy. It's so silly.
That's true. Also, I know that you're talking about like the delight that we have in telling other people about things like penis fencing, but it's also like when you're in college, sitting in class and learning everything that you can, trying to become the brightest mind that you can be, and putting your trust in your professors and everything, and you're sitting there listening to their lecture, and then all of a sudden your professor, or at least in my experience, my professor who was talking about penis fencing or like talking about flatworms got very excited when she got to share with her class of young bright minds that they do this thing called penis fencing. And as a student, you sit there and you're just like, okay, this is my chosen major. Like, right
That's
on.
right.
That for the
That's
rest of
right.
my life, I get to do what this professor has done for the last 30 years, and I get to share this knowledge now with more and more people.
Well, and they're the types of facts that stick with you forever.
It's true. Yeah.
I don't know where the world will take you, but there will be a time that you will be sitting around and penis fencing will come up, and it will bring you right back to the first place that you learned it. And my invertebrate zoology class at UC Santa Cruz really changed my world. Thank you to Professor Baldo He taught me the 10 chitin challenge in the tide pools, where you stand in one spot and try to find 10 different chitins. He happened to do it while standing on my foot, so I really learned that you can find 10 chitins without being able to move in the tide pools.
He really put his foot down on that one.
Well, yeah, and especially when you're talking about, the creeping foot of a polyplacophorine. Yeah. Let's just say that chitins are no longer a polyplacophorine concept to me.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Anyway, Pat, I have a butterfly.
You do, and I have been doing my best to attempt to show the proper amount of deference and respect to PG, the Monarch. Kittens, McGee. Well, reproduction is a major part of life history and biology, and explains a lot of different things about the organism. So yes, we have talked about those previously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and look, the cow happy. If you're dropping out of your marine biology major, not to worry. You could always go back for a master's if you wanted to, but marine science needs everybody. So you don't have to have a degree in marine biology at all. Just have that passion, and you can work for the ocean at any time. And in fact, many of the folks who volunteer for the aquarium are folks who did separate careers or are getting ready to do different careers and are just wanting to spend their time with the animals. So just if there are any volunteers that are watching, shout out to all of you, and we do hope to see you all again very soon as well when the aquarium opens back up.
Yeah, and K-Pepper.
All you need is passion for the ocean, and it'll work.
Yeah. And K-Pepper L, if someone told you could be educating people on wildlife while playing video games and getting paid for both, you would have become a zoologist or biologist in a heartbeat. I mean, we had no idea that this was going to be our lives. But really, we should be thinking, we should just be thanking video game companies for actually putting real animals and real science in the games that they're making. I mean, it's a whole new world out there for us not being able to interpret to people in real life right now, the natural world outside our doors. So it's nice to know that we can turn the virtual outdoor worlds into our little natural history simulator here. I mean, there are so many incredible video games out there that no matter what major you are, chances are it has something to do with video games. We've had so many guests on stream talking about so many different things, and I mean, we could invite people on here to talk about anything from city planning to the art that we had in the museum there, to talk about finances. I mean, talk about what it takes to actually buy homes, to build homes, to do everything like that, and that's all just happening right here in Animal Crossing, not to mention the literal millions of video games out there in the world. So if you're passionate about something, if you have a degree in something, and if you're passionate about video games, I mean, chances are there's going to be an audience for that who wants to hear you talk about these two things that you're passionate about. We certainly didn't know that people would want to listen to us talk about, flatworm reproduction while playing a video game.
Well, no, I mean, we knew that was going to blow everybody's socks off. No, I mean, we have game developers at the aquarium. Shout out to Adam and the rest of the folks, Scott, Nathan, Craig, who work on the games that you end up finding at the aquarium, like the coloring games or drawing a jellyfish. So there are game designers that work for the aquarium, but I think Emily and I had our scientific endeavors and then our creative hobbies on the side that ended up kind of making their way into this. You may not know, but Emily is an excellent photographer. And
you may not know Patrick is an excellent photographer.
Oh, stop. Underwater Pat is. But like for me, the way that this, and I always wanted to be a marine biologist and seeing the sea otters at the aquarium when I was 5 years old. But growing up in Sweden, when I was very far away from school, I was 25 plus minutes up on a train ride, and then an hour from downtown. So I spent a lot of my time on my computer as the internet was beginning to be a thing. And so I learned video editing and Photoshop and just hanging out on the internet. I learned that in high school. And I would say that pretty much all of the skills that I learned from being on chat forums, on Newgrounds, and all of those websites that were starting off, and then what I learned in video editing and photo editing in high school on my own time is effectively what has become my career outside of the degree that I got. So just for anyone out there who's watching, there's probably a whole bunch of things that you are really good at, really interested in, hobbies that you do on the side that can end up leading to, as someone was mentioning, if you want to be a fish, finding your niche. So I certainly had I had no idea that video game streaming would ever be a thing when I was wanting to be a marine scientist. But then here we both are, Emily, with video game interest, background, media stuff, and then the degrees are they're almost like the secondary part of having to get like what it takes to get this stream up, to get everything going. That's our job from our interests, and then the passion from the degree is what ends up providing the content once everything is set up. So it's kind of an interesting, not reversal really, but how it's all those other things that we were working on the side that ended up putting us here.
Yeah, the reason why we have a job and are able to do a job is because of those things, but the reason why we're good at our jobs is because of the degree.
Where in Sweden? I was in the outside of Stockholm, in Åkersberga, so about 25 minutes outside of Stockholm, and I was born in the foothills of the Alps, so that's where Patrick comes from. But yeah, so for anyone out there who is interested in, making Emily and I have been working in social media for a while now, and this was kind of an idea, but quarantine really kind of precipitated it, and it's just been we had no idea if this would even work. But all of you have been joining these streams and learning along with us and having a fun time, and it's been a really amazing thing to see that you folks are out there and interested.
Yeah. It's nice to know that we can combine these kind of the things that we enjoy doing on our own time with the things that we do for work. It's nice when those two worlds meet,
Very true. Like the estuary where the freshwater and saltwater meets.
Speaking
the
of
mixing that occurs there. Back to our task.
It's true. That's a big fish over there. Where are you supposed to be a fish from? Are you supposed to be an ocean fish or a river fish? That's the wrong direction. That is the total wrong direction.
Good job, Em.
Professional gamer.
Proficient.
Oh, it's another social turt.
Hey! Turtly awesome. Let's celebrate. Yeah. What did we end up naming our soft shell turtle?
Smooth Jazzman. How could you forget Pat?
That's right. That's right. Hello, Aaron and Danielle and Chelsea from our Black AF and STEM stream and Smooth Jasmine.
Yeah, we had Snips Jazzman, and
we had Snips,
so we had to have Smooth Jasmine.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Oh.
In our soft shelter. Yay Doom. We are still looking for a sturgeon. We haven't caught one yet. And we need a ray and a moray eel and a blanket octopus. Although if we don't catch them all today, that just means that we have more stuff.
Right, and that'd be Pokemon anyway,
streams.
so.
Yeah, gotta catch them all.
Well, that was cool. Okay, hold on. Let's put some bait in there. Let's keep this rolling.
toss it in because you just tossed it in.
Oh, no, it's a tiny fish.
Small,
It's a tiny
small
fish.
friend. It's a small friend. Scatter! Oh, it's still a small friend. I guess I can go over here.
Well,
We were having some pretty good look at our other spot. Should we go
yeah,
back
maybe
there?
let's go to the other spot. I don't
Okay.
care about that little fish. I'm sorry. No, I do, but you're not a sturgeon.
How dare you?
If you ever are in danger around a fish with scutes, you're probably looking for a sturgeon general warning.
Like how that came out of nowhere too.
Absolutely nowhere.
There
My
was no
brain-
discussion. There was nothing
Nope.
happening. Just
No, at this point, I don't need a premise. I don't need. You're just gonna get unadulterated puns. Uh.
long friend.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm just on a turt run here.
Well, I missed my little fish
Oh no.
somehow. All right. Concentrate. Come on. Come on. That's right. Oh,
Yay!
Thou shalt
I
turt for
saw
me.
it. I saw it in the corner of my screen there. Yay!
I'm going to swap it with this anemone that's going to explode once we release it into the estuary. Sorry. Osmoregulation, not your forte.
Apparently there is a debate in chat here, Pat, that needs your opinion.
Uh-oh.
What's your opinion on salt licorice? I guess
Oh,
that's a thing.
I cannot the Swedes and the Scandinavians generally that I met absolutely adore licorice. And I do not enjoy salted licorice one bit. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I do not enjoy licorice outside of whatever red vines are, and that I don't think is really the same thing. No, salted licorice could not do it. The second meal I ever had in Sweden was surströmming, which you might know is sour herring, and that is a dish that is eaten once a year where you basically have herring that has been canned and left to ferment and is basically ready to explode out of the can. You cannot open it up indoors because anything with fabric on it will be forever ruined. The guts can be somewhat toxic, and so you have to cut it up, and you eat the flesh on flatbread with potatoes. And I was told not to inhale when I ate it the first time because the smell is so overpowering. And as a Frenchman, aware of eating snails and frogs' legs and other things, there are certain things that become delicacies back when it's been a year since the fish run and you're running low on food, and so all you have is fermented fish cans. And sure, there's something that's edible in there, but also maybe it's unnecessary.
At what cost? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's unnecessary at that point. So that was my second day in Sweden. The first day I had tacos, and I was like, oh, this is a nice new country that I'm living in. And then my second day was surströmming. I will say that the blood pudding that was served at the cafeteria was also not my favorite. But the best part about blood pudding day in the cafeteria was that they had the rusti, the baked potato cake, sort of like a hash brown. And so I would just load that up with lingonsylt, the famous jam there. And I would just eat potatoes for lunch while everybody else decided to feed themselves with cafeteria blood pudding. I understand that's not something that's in U.S. cafeterias too frequently there.
No.
Yeah, good culinary experience up there. Certainly, I am French when it comes to the food that I enjoy. So lots of cured meats and cheeses from my Alpine hometown.
Well, it's not a
You caught
it's not a
a
sturgeon,
Dorado.
but I got a Dorado, which is
Nice.
nice. Although not the ocean Dorado, the river Dorado.
The river Dorado. Well, I don't have any more fish bait, so.
Did you grab what was left on the beach?
No. No, I did not.
There's a little bit left.
I'll grab one.
Okay.
I'll grab two.
Okay, you grab two. I'll grab one because I still have like half.
So long, grasshopper.
Maybe I'll go for a ray or an eel because I'm not having luck with the sturgeon. I am running a turtle empire over here, though.
Okay, I got a big fish over here. Let's see what happens. Oh, and for those of you who are asking if I speak Swedish, no, I no longer. I understand a little bit of it, but I learned German in French public school for 4 years, and so whatever reason, my German and my Swedish are mixed up in my brain now. So if I try to speak one, the other tends to come out. And I also spoke Swedish like a French kid speaking German, so I was very often corrected by very friendly and understanding Swedes. And I was basically told, let's stop with your mangling of our language and I'll just speak in English because everyone speaks English over there. So anyway.
Yeah. I got my GG Gups shirt on for good luck for you.
Whoa, GG Gup shirt.
GG Gup shirt.
Oh, Emily, that's so sick. Let's get some
seen
GG
this.
Gups in the chat, everybody. Let's get some GG Gups over there on Twitch. On YouTube, if you're not aware, we've got an emote over on Twitch of my little GG guppy that I caught when both you and Dr. Bernie were hanging out with your Arapaimos, right? Or was it your Arowana? I forget.
It was the Arapaimos.
Yep. Who dis?
It's salmon. It's gonna go my nice little. Wait, Pat, no. That's copyright too. Don't do it. Disney is powerful.
We wouldn't want the stream to get frozen. That's for sure. If I kept telling puns and getting the cold shoulder, I could just say the cold never bothered me anyway. So those are literally all the references that I have from that. I think maybe I need to switch back into my waders and
Sprinkle is like right up in my business there. All right, I'll move. All right, let's go through the rest of the bait, and then we might have to call it for this stream.
we might have to, yeah.
But we've had a good day.
We did. We covered a lot of ground. We caught our salmons. We met King Louis the 17th.
Wow.
Wow. We've established a new meme for whenever people come back to the aquarium and see a salmon, everyone's just going to go, wow. I want everybody. You're also allowed to do it over at the trout stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go over to the. Maybe we'll just post that on Twitter, and y'all will know what we're talking about.
Pat, this is getting out of hand. Look at how many turtles I've caught.
Yeah, remember how we were like really, really concerned about, wait, how did you expand your pocket?
What do you mean?
You have way more rows in your pocket. You have an
That's
extra
because
row.
well, you haven't bought the upgrade. You need to do that with your Nook miles.
Oh.
But you don't play so often, so you don't have.
You're right. That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Totally
If I could buy that for you, I would, but I can't.
I probably have enough Nook miles to do it.
Probably.
Can I do it from here?
I have no idea. Let's find out, everyone. On this episode of Emily and
On
Pat,
this episode of
learn
Pat Never
how to
Plays the
play.
Game that he's
Where are
streaming
you going?
professionally.
It's over here.
Well,
It's literally like at the first thing you see when you come onto the island. Oh, we lost Pat. He's gone. He's gone forever now. He's gone to the orchard.
it was all misdirection.
He's gone to the orchard to steal my fruits. The fruits of my labor.
How do you buy the upgrade?
At the
At the Nook
little
Miles thing?
stand there. Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Can't use your terminal.
Ah, beans.
F.
Sorry, dude.
F. F.
Well, now we know, and as scientists, we had a
Wow.
hypothesis.
Everyone's
and
calling
we
everyone's
tested
calling
it
me a
out.
fake gamer in the chat. Yeah. Where have you been? Okay. So we need to have a chat. You are witnessing the least professional gamer of all time currently game streaming. So I need everybody to take a deep breath, take a step back, and understand that all you're saying is the truth and in no way is hurting me. Okay. Oh, we got all of the F's in the chat now. Awesome. Okay, Emily, where should we go and wrap up? Probably wrap up.
That's a good question. I was just gonna scatter my bait here and see if anything appeared that we might want to catch, but I only have 3 left, and so far, ooh, long boy. Hold on,
Long boy could be a moray.
could be a moray.
When you put your hand in a crack and you don't get it back,
That's
is a moray.
moray.
Or when you swim in the sea and an eel bites
bites
your knee. Well,
That's a
that's a
moray.
moray.
When
You got your jaws open wide and there's another set inside.
That's a
Is a
moray.
moray.
Yay! That's a moray.
That's a moray.
That's a moray.
Nice. Well, hey, how do we know it's a moray, Emily?
Well, 1, the video game just told us it's a moray. But 2, look at that friend. Look at that friend.
Look at our long friend.
Look at our long friend with that nice eel-shaped body. You can see it doesn't have any pectoral fins on it at all, which makes it a true eel, not one of those
That's
fake
right.
eels out there. It's got that one long dorsal fin all the way down its back. It's got that one anal fin that starts halfway down its body and goes down to its tail, and that very kind of specific like brownish mottled coloring is pretty indicative of some species of moray eels. But Pat, there are more than one species of moray eels in the world. Fun facts.
Absolutely. And
Sorry,
the young
I was
no, the young of morays and true eels are known as leptocephalus larvae, and for a long time they were thought to be glass eels as a separate species entirely because they can be almost as big as the adults, if not even a little bit bigger than the adults, when they are in their glass eel morph. But then they eventually settle down into this. That's a very common thing to have young of certain animals that look very different from other. From the adult form be identified as separate species entirely. So if you ever heard of glass eels, those are the transparent, very large leptocephalus larvae of a true eel there.
Now, Pat, there is an important question
Yes.
to be discussed.
Uh-huh.
What do we name our moray eel?
Oh.
We could name it Jaws.
We could name it Jaws. We could name it.
We could name it.
I mean, I kind of feel like pizza pie.
Pizza the moray.
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie the moray eel.
Yeah, because if it hits your eye, that's a moray. Looking at chat. Sycamore. Smiles. Morris the moray. Xeno for xenomorph.
That's true.
Well, its species name is, or at least our common moray out here is gymnothorax. I don't know if we should, if that inspires anything. Pizza pie, that's a moray. Oh, someone's saying moray povich. No. A moray.
There was
the
also
moray.
Moray Romano. I saw it.
Moray Romano, but a moray the moray.
A moray. Oh yeah, we could just go classic a moray.
A moray the moray. I like that. Oh, is there a way to do
what
a
what
poll
about
in chat?
A moray pizza? a moray pizza pie? No.
Is there a way to do a poll in chat, Emily? Do you know?
Not that I have set up.
Nope. Okay. Well, I think a moray the moray.
A moray the moray?
I like
Cool.
it. It was either that or pizza pie.
Nice.
Or Murray. Murray.
Murray the moray.
Murray the moray. When I think Murray, I think Flight of the Conchords, but I also understand that it's a Joker reference now, too.
My mind went to Bill Murray.
I'm just going to go a moray. The moray is one. And then if I find a moray,
That can be
I'll
pizza pie.
name it pizza pie.
Okay.
All right, everybody, let's get some wahs in the chat. No, it's not a king. It's not a king. I'm kidding. No. Wah.
Nice.
Good stuff. Well, I think we can wrap it up right there, Emily.
Hold on, I just had to take care of this.
If we get another moray after that, that would just be a more. There are more of them.
It's been a good Friday.
It's been a good Friday.
Good Friday afternoon stream. We talked about so many things.
So many things. We've experienced highs and lows, salmons. We've been in the presence of royalty. We've remembered that I don't play games. It's been it's been a great time. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. This is so much fun. Getting back to the roots of the streaming. Look at those GG Gup shirts.
Yeah.
Let's get some GGs there for Emily for setting up the stream once again, and for finding all of the soft shell turts I think in the game.
Yeah, sorry everyone.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon, I caught all of them. I caught all of the turtles. If you too want a GG Gup shirt, you can always download it with our creator code. I dropped that in the Twitch chat a moment ago, and I will put it over there in the tubes, in the YouTubes, in case you would like a GG Gups, or there are lots of other designs on there. I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, whenever the last time we streamed was, that I finally put the logo in there too. So the logo is up in the creator code as well, because I kept on forgetting before, but it's there now. Hooray!
Nice.
Pat, I also forgot to mention this on the stream on Wednesday, but something else that is exciting and happening in our world right now, because we've had a couple of questions about it from y'all, is that we are now a registered charity on Tiltify.
Yeah. That's all Emily. That's more GGs for Emily. Let's get some dubs. Let's get some GGs in there.
It was a journey, but in case you yourself would like to help raise money for the aquarium right now while we're closed, one of the ways that you can do that is by setting up your own fundraiser on Tiltify and choosing us as your charity. And people can donate directly to us right there. Of course, y'all are already helping us out right here in the streams by subscribing to our channels. Any of those Twitch subscriptions, any of those bits, all that money goes directly to help support the aquarium right now, especially while we're closed due to COVID-19. So everything that y'all are already doing to be awesome is an amazing support for us. But we have had questions about how people can choose us on Tiltify, and now you can. So yay! It took...
Yeah.
It took a lot of work, my friends.
You did it, though, Emily.
But we did it. We got there. We got there eventually. But that's a thing now. Beans, there was something else that I was going to say related to that. And now I can't remember what. Okay. No, I remember. Sorry, Pat. Yep. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I remembered the thing. It's also September over on Twitch. So right now, if you are subscribing to the channel, there are discounts that you can get to get your subscriptions, but we still receive the same amount from Twitch. So even though it's saving you money, we're still getting 100% of the support that we would have gotten had it been any other month. So right now is a great time in case for many of you who don't have the means to subscribe to our channel all the time. It's cheaper for you now if you can. If not, and you have your Twitch Prime subscription that you have not used to subscribe to another channel yet, you can always use that to subscribe to our channel as well. And again, it costs you nothing, and we get support from that. So those are two ways to help us out, or just let your friends know that we're on Twitch and that they can subscribe to our channel. And you don't have to pay any monies at all, because we know right now is a weird time for many of us. Another hype train. We already had a level 5 hype train before.
And if you are over there,
man.
If you are over there on YouTube as well, just making sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. That really helps us out, as well as we work to get some donation and membership things set up over there on YouTube as well. So thank you so much for everybody for just subscribing, for following us on our social media channels, for being a part of the aquarium community. Ali, our email queen, has been in the chat here over on Twitch as well. You can subscribe to our mailing list to learn more about what's going on at the aquarium. That also helps us out. So this is a whole lot of fun for everybody out there. And for us to be there with everybody. Oh man, the hype train, choo choo! Everybody, all aboard.
I don't know if we've ever gotten a double hype train day. This might be the first one.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Thanks everybody for the support there. I think if we can, Emily, I think we need to bring out our liege, for the hype train. Voila! This is cake, though. We need actual Louis. This is cake.
Okay, hold on.
Please don't let them eat cake in the middle of the hype train. But Marie L'Antoinette. Hey! Wow! Everybody. It is Roi Louis, the 17th, and the Salminians. Oh, here we are, everybody. It is so good to see you. Wow. Voici le dauphin.
Hey, Patrick. Why do we French only make our omelets with one egg?
I'm not exactly sure. Emily,
because
tell us
one egg
why.
is enough.
It's enough. Absolument, merci tout le monde. Donc, nous sommes ici en direct live sur Twitch avec le roi Louis le 17th, le saumon. Level 2 completed. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a salmonarchy. Yes. MLM Animasters. It's a salmonarchy.
It's so good.
Oh, it's the Salmonarch. It's King Louis the 17th, the Salmonarch, and the Salminions.
How did we?
Wow!
Oh
Behold.
my gosh.
Oh, Salmonarchy was right
It was
there.
right there, and neither of us
Amazing.
saw it. It's amazing. So
Wow.
amazing.
Wow. That's really good. All right, can we get the level 3 hype train up, everybody? Maybe,
I don't
maybe
know.
not. We'll see.
Yeah. What other things should we talk about? Next week, we don't know when we're gaming. We're gonna try and game at some point next week.
Yeah, next week is Elasmo week over on Twitter,
Yes.
everybody. So if you enjoyed our stream with the other day with Amani and Jada from Minorities in Shark Science, check out hashtag Elasmo week over on Twitter. There's going to be a lot of cool science over there. But as far as, streaming, I think we're going to try to do something with the sea otter pups, right? And then gaming, maybe more Abzu, maybe more Octodad.
Yeah, if we can grab Rachel again, we
Whoa.
might. Oh my goodness.
Thank you for the gifted subs, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, we got it. Hype train choo choo. Wow.
Yeah, Otter
I'm gonna swim.
I'm gonna swim. Otter stream next week. Yeah, if we can grab Rachel, we're gonna force Pat into playing Octodad with us next
There'll be
week.
no forcing involved.
It's gonna be so much fun. But if not, we might do Animal Crossing, might do Abzu. Yeah, we'll try and throw a game in next week. I don't know if we'll be able to do it on Wednesday since we're already doing a live stream earlier that day, but maybe Friday. Friday might be good. Yeah.
Yeah, or
We'll
we
figure it
might
out.
split up instead of doing 2 hours of one thing, do
Maybe an hour of
a couple.
yeah. We'll make it happen.
Cool.
Right on. Well,
Right on. Well, we're in the middle of a level 4 hype train there, Emily,
We
still
are.
on Twitch. If
I
you're
don't
still
know
watching
if we
there
wanna-
on YouTube, I've got 10 hours of bioluminescent waves and ocean sounds that will be hitting YouTube whenever that is able to be uploaded. So
my
just
goodness.
if you're looking for
Just
companion
'cause
stuff,
they
we posted a 20-minute video of it, and then someone said, I really just want to study to this, can you make it longer? And I was like, well, 10 hours seems pretty seems long enough. So
10
that
hours
video
enough.
should be going up.
yeah.
And we are working on a new music
gonna take a
subscription
while,
service to be able to have more Krill Waves radio long form lo-fi hip hop study videos. So working on that, everybody.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to.
Those salmon are so dead by now.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are French monarchs. Certainly have not had one of those in a couple hundred years.
It's such a royal stream today between the Monarch Butterflies.
Regal.
A
Absolutely regal.
Yeah.
On s'est régalé, which is a English and French pun. Régalé means we. Oh man, what would be the direct translation? We filled ourselves to the gills in a very pleasant way. That would be the triple completed circular pun on that. Well, it might take a while to get the. Oh no! Level. The hype train is almost over. We're almost there.
Wow.
Let's get some subs, some gifts, some bits, some wahs.
Some wahs.
Get us over the.
Otherwise, Pat and I will just sit here very awkwardly breathing into our mics.
What species of salmon are native to France?
Do you have any native species?
I don't
I don't think there are.
I don't believe so.
I mean, the only species that there would be nearby would be the Atlantic salmon, but you're not on the Atlantic coast at all.
Yeah, no, I
so-
don't think any of them are swimming up from the Mediterranean
No.
or into the Loire or anything like that. Yeah.
No.
I don't remember there being any. Oh, the Atlantic salmon
Je
rivers
sais
of
pas.
France. Yeah, Atlantic salmon.
Okay.
There we go. Apparently, they're, just from looking it up real quick, the Adour, the Allier, the Arroux, l'Aulne, Bidouze, Blavet, Creuse, Elle. Yeah. Oh, salmon returned to the Seine. Nice. Yeah, it would be Atlantic salmon.
Nice.
But obviously.
And hey, Pat, I don't know if you saw, we hit that level 5 hype train.
Hey,
It's
level
at-
5 hype train.
164%.
We did it. Hey, thank you so much, everybody over there on Twitch for pushing that over. Thanks. Yikes, it's Tristan. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks, everybody. Oh yeah. No, I mean I definitely do not remember any salmon coming up from the Mediterranean, but I didn't spend any time over on the west coast of France. So obviously Atlantic salmon makes total sense. Let's go. We did it.
Success.
Hype train success. Choo choo hype brain. We did it, everybody.
We did it. That seems
All right.
like
Well, that's going to be
Yeah.
it for Friday. It's
that's gonna be
5:30,
it
everybody.
Friday.
GG Gups, Dubs, Waz to all of you
Waz.
out there. Hype train for the Psalm Monarchy.
Yeah.
May the many blessings of King Louis the 17th and the Salminians rain upon you.
They both wish you au revoir.
Au revoir. That was a really good one, Emily. All right. As always, thanks everyone for being there. Thank you
Yeah.
for tuning in. I hope you learned something fun. Spread the gospel of penis fencing and flatworms to everybody that you saw from this. May the Waz be plentiful when the aquarium is able to reopen. Any parting words, Emily?
Nothing specific, just as always, everyone, we hope that this brought you a little bit of joy in these very strange times and that you are being kind to yourself. And of course, don't forget to be kind to each other. And we will see you all again very soon. Thanks, everyone.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.